Hi, Grant and gang. Whoa, Mr. McNichol here. Whoa, it's pretty hot today. So I thought I'd tell you a story about a time when it was even hotter than this. Once upon a time, in the land of China, there was not just one, two, three, four, five, six. There were 7 suns. Every morning, the same thing happened. The first sun came into the sky and brought light to the land. But soon after that, his brother appeared. Another one. It got hotter. And then a third sun, hotter still, a fourth sun, a fifth sun blazing down from the sky, a sixth sun, and then 7 suns. Oh, the heat was too much. The crops withered in the fields, the rivers, the lakes dried up. The people had to stay in their homes to shelter from the heat. It was impossible. One day, the king, he went to the highest mountain. And as the suns came up into the sky, he called up to them and he said, "You 7 suns, this is too much for the people. They cannot live with the heat that comes from the sky when all 7 of you are there together. Please," he said, "please come one at a time." They laughed at him. "We'll do no such thing. We will do as we please. Why, if the land burns, then too bad." The king thought about this. Now he couldn't have the 7 suns burning in the sky every day. And so he called the finest archer in all the land. She came before the king. He said, "Finest archer in all the land, I will give you a bag of gold if you shoot 6 of those suns out of the sky, leaving just one. Then the world will be perfect." The greatest archer in all the land, she bowed before the king and took her bow and mighty arrows to the highest mountain. And she waited in the darkness until in the morning the first of the suns came into the sky. She drew back an arrow and shoo! She shot that sun out of the sky and it fell sizzling into the ocean. The next sun, the same thing. She drew back an arrow and shoo! And the next, until she had shot 6 suns from the sky. But the last sun, it saw what had happened to the others, and now it was afraid. It was too afraid to come into the sky. It sat behind the great mountain and would not rise, and so everything remained in darkness. The day went on in darkness, and it was cold. And so day after day, that sun would not rise, and so the darkness remained. Now the king was worried again, for now there was no sun. This was even worse. Nothing would grow. People would soon have nothing to eat. If the plants wouldn't grow without the sun, then there could be no food. And so the king had an idea. He went to the birds and he said to them, "That one of you, which can sing so beautifully to encourage the sun to come up into the sky, you will have the honour of being the first bird to sing each morning and rise the sun into the sky." And so all the birds, they went to the top of the highest mountain and they began to sing. The robin, it sang. The linnet, it sang. The nightingale sang beautiful songs. But that sun was too scared. There was one bird, though, that hadn't gone to the mountain because nobody had thought to invite it. It was the old cockerel. Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo, down in the farmyard. The cockerel, he wondered what the singing from the mountain was, and so he waddled along all the way to the mountain, and up he went, and he saw all the birds singing. And he asked, "But why are you singing?" "Oh, don't you worry about that," said the birds. "Why, we're trying to coax the sun into the sky with our beautiful songs, but you can't sing, you just crow. You make an ugly noise. Ha! There's no point you even trying." "All the birds can try," said the cockerel. "Oh, very well," they said. "Hurry up then." Cockerel stood there, put back his head, puffed out his chest and said, "Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo." behind the mountain, the son, the last of the 7 sons, heard the strangest noise he'd ever heard. He was curious, and so he just peeked up from behind the mountain. And when he looked out, he saw the strangest looking little bird ever. He was strutting around with a big floppy red comb on his head and a wattle under his chin. He had feathers of green and yellow and brown, shouting cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. It was so funny that the son forgot to be scared. He started to laugh and chuckle, and he came higher into the sky to get a better look at the cockerel. And soon the sun was shining down. It was perfect. Warm enough, not too hot. And so the cockerel, he was the one who had won the competition. And the king said, "And so, cockerel, it shall be from now on that you will be the first of the birds to sing in the morning, and you will welcome the sun into the sky." And it has been that way ever since. And that is why it is the cockerel who crows in the morning and welcomes the sun into the sky.